previously we covered the take screenshot workflow, and now I'm going to cover how to build email notification workflow. So the email notification workflow is a mandatory workflow for all the process. Okay, this take screenshot and email notification are the most important workflows, because without these two workflows you cannot build any process, which means you should apply these two concepts into all the process. Okay, and now to send email notification, what are the prerequisites we required? We need a email account. Okay, I will go with the Outlook, and we need a port number, server, and those kind of details we required. And also what else? Then if I want to send an email to someone, I need a subject, I need their email address, to address. Then if I want to add any CC, I need a CC address, then subject, then followed by body of the email. The body of the content I need it, right? So these are the input we require to send an email notification. Okay, so I'm going to build this email notification workflow. So before that, I'm going to add some of important things into my orchestrator. Okay, I'm not going into orchestrator now. So let's start building our workflow. Okay, so go to your studio and click on new sequence, and let's say email notification. Okay, email notification workflow, and here I'm going to create a variable workflow name, and my workflow name is email notification, because whenever we are not while we tracking our logs, and we can able to tell this particular workflow executed successfully or not. Okay, whether it is started, and if it is started, and if there is any in between, if there is any place in between it is failed, then we can tell that okay, it is started, and in between there is something code failed, something like that. Okay, this kind of identification. And so here I'm going to give a default value as email notification. Email notification. Okay, okay, that's it. Now I'm going to activity panel, drag and drop log message, and one more log message, and click on info, and here I'm going to click on info, and here I'm going to add workflow name plus pipeline. This is takes email notification workflow execution started. Okay, then same here, click here, and here execution end. Okay, and click on OK. That's it. Now I'm going to add the first. So after that I need some input, right? So I'm going to add those input here itself. So what are the things I required? So to address, and the email body, content, right? So before that I need to get my credentials to access Outlook, right? So I'm going into my default tenant, and I'm going to my folder. So assume that here is my process, and go to assets, and click on add assets, and click on create, and this is my Outlook password. I want to store Outlook username and password. Okay, so let's say Office 365 log on. Okay, that is credential, and then here I will copy paste the same description, and here username I'm going to give my username. Okay, the password is okay. I will add my password here. Okay, then click on here. Let's say no, this is not related to test login bot. Let's say there is a bot name called important workflow. Okay, select it and click on create. Okay, I have created one one credentials. Okay, that is Office 365 login. Okay, then I want to go back to my studio, and here then I'm going to create a subject and body of the email and all. So drag and drop and assign activity and store your email subject, create a variable email subject, enter. So here, so I'm going to add subject kind of technical error, click OK. Okay, subject is ready, and I need a to address. Okay, so you can add a to address as well, that is whom you are sending. Okay, to address. Okay, so you can create a variable to address, and here you can add your to address. So all to address, it's coming from either config file or orchestrator. I'm for as of now, for practice purpose, I'm going to add it here. I'm adding my same Outlook account, so that I can check it easily my emails. Okay, I can check it. So then what else need to address? Subject is ready and the body of the content. Okay, and I'm going to write some. I want to add something like whenever the system exception occurred, I want to convey two things. One is exception message, other one is exception source. Exception message is as you guys saw that whenever if there is any exception on the particular activity, it says unable to find selector or some kind of note, right? That is exception message. What is exception source? So whatever the activity, okay, so if the bot fails in this particular activity, the exception source is assign email subject. Okay, so I'm going to add exception source. So let's say, before that, create a variable exception source. Okay, so here I'm going to tell that unable to find selectors. Okay, so assume that these are the inputs coming from at the time of exceptions. Okay, so again one more thing, I'm going to pass exception message. Okay, and go here, exception message, and go to and create a variable message. Okay, so here exception source, I want to underscore. Okay, here exception message, here exception source is, I need to change this exception source. Let's say type into product name. Okay, and go here, exception message, I am unable to find selectors. Okay, click OK, and now everything is ready. And now I have a to address, I have a email subject, I have a exception content, and I need a body of the email, right? So because after that body of the email, in the sense I can say, hey, hello, I am unable to process, or there is a system exception occurred. Please find the attached screenshot and also refer the following details, some kind of things. Okay, I can add it here, or else you can add it in the common in the other activity. So there is an activity that is called create HTML content. So if you use this particular activity, create HTML content activity, guys, this is a very beautiful feature in it, because in early days we were struggling a lot to converting our entire body into HTML content, because if you are making our the entire body into HTML content only, it will be appear on the Outlook, I mean on the email, as we expected. Like, if you want to include tables, you can include the table using this HTML content activity. And also if you want to add colors on particular text, or if you want to highlight something on the particular email, or if you want to add images on the email, you can do it using this create HTML content. Okay, so I will tell you how this is going to work. Okay, and once you drag and drop create HTML content, go to project panel and click on refresh button. Okay, and so there will be a folder will be created after creating it. Okay, click on open editor. Okay, so this is your HTML where you are adding your content. Okay, so here I'm going to say hello. Okay, this is default for all my emails. Hello, an error occurred. Please find the attached screenshot and refer the below exceptions. Okay, and after that I want to add a table to add this exception source and exception message. Okay, now go here, there is a table. Okay, insert table, and click on this, and here if you click insert table, and it will ask you and how many row you need and how many columns. I need 2 row, 2 columns. Okay, 2 rows and 2 columns, and click on OK. Now here I can say exception source. Here I can say exception message. Okay, and here I want to bring my variables. Okay, here I have a variables exception source and exception message. So this will be change often, right? It's based on the system exception. So go here and click on add values and click on map data values. Okay, and click on this drop down. Now you are going to pass single value only. Just click on single value, and here there is a value. You just put something exp source. Okay, and here just click here and go to variables. There will be a lot of variables here. Select exception source, which means here you have an exception source you are bringing inside to this HTML content. You are passing to this exception source. Then again click on single value. This is for I am creating exception message. Okay, and here go and add your variable exception message. Okay, that's it. Now if you see here the exception source and exception message, the value added here. So go here, click on displays. Okay, and go here and add this simple, and here also go here add exception message, which means you are bringing the content to this HTML window. Okay, then here the common message, please do not or else you can say like this is auto generated email. Okay, this is auto generated email, please do not respond. That's it. Okay, click on save. Once you click on save, whatever the input you are passing, everything will be converted as a HTML. Then it's coming and storing into your HTML variable. Okay, so HTML, you can say body. So this is the body you are going to pass it into your email, right? So you can use one right line to check how the HTML content created. Okay, and you can use right line, drag and drop right line, and go ahead, call your HTML body, because we want to check how the HTML content is generating. Now we are done, because we added two address, we have a email subject, we have exception source, exception message. Both the exception message and source we passed inside HTML content creator. Then this particular activity helping us to generate HTML content, then that HTML output is storing here, and that is the one we are storing into, we are using to send an email. Okay, and here I'm going to use, here there are a lot of email activities available. Let's say if you type email, you can see Gmail and Outlook, and also you can see separate Outlook as well. Okay, Outlook, so get Outlook, send Outlook, and you can use the send Outlook mail message if you are the Outlook app installed on your machine. Then you can send it you can use this send Outlook mail message. So on my machine there is no Outlook installed, so I'm using Outlook Office 365. Then I'm going to use this send email notification, send SMTP mail message. Okay, I'm going to use send SMTP mail message, drag and drop send SMTP. Okay, now it's asking two address. I have a two address, and it's asking subject. I have a subject as well, and that is email subject, and it's asking password. It's asking a body of the content. I have the body of the content, HTML body. Okay, HTML body, and that's it. Okay, and if you go to this project panel, refresh, and you see there is a folder created automatically data. That is because of this create HTML content. Whenever you drag and drop this HTML content, if you added something on the editor window, this particular folder will be automatically created, and there will be a HTML content inside. If you double click and open it, this is your sample. Okay, this is how your message will be printed on your emails. Okay, here it will be replace your original source and original message. Okay, close it and go to studio. Now still we are now seeing the error here, right? Just click on it and go to property panel. See what are the input we need to provide here. We need to provide port, we need to provide server, we need to provide email username and the password. Then that's it. Okay, and because already two address we passed, if you want to add CC, you can pass it here. And now we have a okay, there is nothing in our place, so I am going to use get credentials to get my Outlook username and password. Okay, it is available HR department under the asset name Office 365 logon. Okay, I'm going to create a two variable, that is one for username press Control K, Office 365 username, and here the password. Okay, Control K, Office 365 underscore password. Okay, now password username is ready. Go here in the log on and just go and add your Office 365 username, and the password is, I'm not passing as a string, it's a secured one, and then go here in the secured and pass your password, Office 365 password. Okay, that is done. Then what else? Still there is an error. I need to pass port and server. Okay guys, I'm not going to store my port and server orchestrator. Definitely we need to store our port number and SMTP, I mean the port number and the server into orchestrator only. Okay, let's do it. That is also, and go to asset and click on assets, create new assets. This is for Office 365 port number, that is text. Okay, copy this and add your process, and here to send, I mean to use this SMTP, send SMTP mail message, we need a port number and server. I am going to use my Outlook only. So okay, to send Outlook, I need to get port number, server address of Outlook, right? You can go to your browser, you can type Outlook or Office 365 SMTP port number and server, and you will get these details. Okay, these for sending emails, these for receiving emails. Okay, and so if I see SMTP port number is 587. Okay, go to your orchestrator, add 587 here, 587, and you can go to studio first, and you see here the port number and the port that the email message is to be sent through. Okay, so let's say I'm going to create a variable here, port. I want to check whether it is a string or not. Okay, it is a integer 32. Okay, then you can go to your orchestrator and make it your text integer. Okay, 587. Okay, click on create. Port number is done, and add server and Office 365 server name. Okay, that is text. Go to Google, and what is the server name? SMTP mail outlook.com. Okay, go back, add it in the text, and here just add a description and select your process, then create it. Okay, now we added here, done. Go back to your studio and drag and drop get assets, because we are going to get port number and server, right? Drag and drop assets and select your folder, orchestrator folder, and there are different address. Now I want to get the port number, and then you can create a variable port number, Control K, Office 365 and port. Okay, it's created, and that is also integer 32. Okay, because we called integer only, right? Because we stored in asset integer, that is the reason it's automatically created integer 32. Now I'm going to select HR department. Here I'm going to select my another asset, that is server name. Okay, create a variable, Control K, and Office 365 server name. Okay, we created. Now go to send SMTP mail message. We need to pass port number here, Office 365 port number, and we need to pass server, Office 365 server name. Okay, done. Okay, now you see everything is gone. So in order to use this SMTP mail message, we required port number, server name, and the email ID and the email password and to address and subject and body of the email, right? So I have all those things and I have passed successfully. And one more important thing, if you are passing some HTML content into the body, and don't forget to click on this is body HTML. Okay, don't forget this checkbox, because this, if you check this box, and it will be converted your entire HTML into the correct format. Okay, so now everything is ready. And guys, so if you don't have maybe proper orchestrator access, if you are struggling to get your credentials or assets, you can use your credential asset within this workflow only. Okay, now I'm going to execute this workflow, see what is happening, and just go to debug and step into, now because I'm going to show you step by step what is happening, and step into, and it's printed workflow execution started, then it's stored to address, then it's stored a subject, and then it is stored a email source and exception message, and then it's going inside create HTML content. Okay, and then this content also executed, and then see we have placed right line, there is it's written this format of HTML content, right click, so this is the content, and go to your browser and go to some website HTML editor. So I'm going to W3 School HTML. There will be a sample window here, you can click on this. So I'm going to paste my generated content here. See here, this is the content generated by the create HTML activity. Click on run. You see, hello, an error occurred, please find the attached screenshot and refer the below exceptions, and the exception message type into product name, and exception source, and exception message unable to find selectors. So earlier we used to keep all this format into notepad, so because even if I want to change colors, I need to change it here. So at least we need some basic understanding of HTML language, okay, to make it tables, to give some kind of borders and all. But now it's a simple, okay, you can only go and use this create HTML content activity. Okay, now I'm going back to studio and step into, it's a getting a credential of my Outlook, and then it's a going into get assets, and then step into, then we have retrieved port and server name, then step into, it's going to send an email to my email address. Okay, so this part is executing. The server address, then it's trying to send the email, email. Now you see the send SMTP mail message, it's executed successfully, and if you click step into, then the process, this particular workflow completed successfully. Now go and check my Outlook, go to inbox. So there is an email from this to this account. If you click, and it says hello, an error occurred, please find the attached screenshot and refer the below exceptions, and you can see exception source and exception message. Okay, so this is how we need to intimate to the end user or client. Okay, so whenever the system exception or application exception occurred on your process. Okay.